Hey everyone, I'm Adam. Welcome back to The English Way. Today, we're going to fix one small word that causes big confusion in English conversations. The word been. If you've ever said something like, I been there, or she been tired, don't worry, you're not alone. By the end of this video, you'll clearly understand how to use been correctly and confidently. To begin, let's understand what the word been actually is. Let's start simple. Been is the past participle of the verb be. Now here's the most important rule. Been is always used with a helping verb have, has, or had. Never use been alone. Wrong. I been to London. Correct. I have been to London. Remember this rule and you're already halfway there. So first, let's break down what been really means. Let's start with the first meaning. Been is used when you visit a place and come back. We use been when someone has gone somewhere and come back. Examples. I have been to Japan. She has been to New York 3 times. We have been to that cafe before. They had been to Paris before moving there. In all these examples, the person went, the person returned. So we use been. Now let's move to the second meaning, using been to describe a state or condition. Been can describe a condition that existed. Examples. I have been tired all week. She has been sick since Monday. He has been very busy lately. They had been unhappy before they changed jobs. So remember, this is about how someone has been feeling or what has been going on. This meaning is about how someone felt or what situation was happening. Now let's talk about the third meaning, using been to show how long something has continued. We also use been to show how long something has continued. Examples. I have been a teacher for 10 years. She has been my friend since childhood. They have been married for 15 years. He had been a manager for 5 years before he resigned. In this case, you'll usually hear for to talk about duration. For example, for 10 years and since to show when something started, like since 2015. All right, now that we understand the meanings, let's look at the grammar behind been. So where exactly does been fit in a sentence? Let's start with one of the most common structures, the present perfect tense. In the present perfect, we use have or has plus been. The structure is simple. Subject plus have slash has plus been. For example, I have been to New York. She has been very patient. We have been friends for years. This tense connects the past to the present. Next, let's talk about the past. Perfect tense had been. The structure here is very simple. Subject plus, had plus been. We use this form when we're talking about something that happened before another event in the past. It helps us show which action came first. For example, I had been to that place before I moved to Chicago. She had been sick before the exam started. They had been friends for years before they started a business together. So whenever you're describing a past situation that happened before another past event, had been is your go-to structure. Now let's move on to another important use of been, the passive voice. In the passive voice, the structure looks like this. Have slash, has slash, had. Plus been plus, past participle. For example, the work has been completed. The report has been sent. The room had been cleaned before the guests arrived. Notice something important here in passive voice. We're not focusing on who did the action. Instead, we're focusing on the action itself. So instead of saying who completed the work, we highlight the result. The work has been completed. That's how been works in passive structures. It helps shift the focus from the doer to the action. Now we've reached a very important part, been versus gone. This is where many English learners get confused, so pay close attention. Let's start with been. We use been when someone went somewhere and came back. For example, she has been to the mall. That means she went to the mall and now she's back. Now let's look at gone. We use gone when someone has gone somewhere and is still there. For example, she has gone to the mall. That means she went to the mall and she hasn't returned yet. See the difference? Been means the person is back. Gone means the person is still there. It's a small change in words, but it creates a big difference in meaning. Confusing been with being is a very common mistake among English learners. This is another place where many learners get confused between been and being. They look similar, but they are used in completely different ways. Let's break it down clearly. Been. We use been in perfect tenses. It always comes with have, has, or had. Structure. Subject plus have slash has slash had plus been. Examples. He has been rude lately. I have been busy all week. They had been friends for years. Notice something important. Been talks about a state, experience, or condition over time. Being. Now let's look at being. We use being in continuous forms or when describing behavior happening right now. Structure is subject plus am slash is slash are plus being. Examples. He is being rude. She is being very quiet today. The child is being silly. Here's the key idea. Being describes temporary behavior happening at this moment. See the difference. He has been rude lately. This means his behavior over a period of time has been rude. He is being rude. This means right now, at this moment, his behavior is rude. Big difference. Okay. Now let's jump into the final section. Common mistakes to avoid. Let's quickly fix some very common errors learners make with been. First, don't use been without a helping verb. Remember, been always needs have, has, or had. Wrong. I've been working here. Correct. I have been working here. Second, don't confuse been with gone. Wrong. She has been to the office right now. Correct. She has gone to the office right now. Why? Because right now means she is still there. So we use gone. Third, don't confuse been with being. Being is used in continuous forms. For example, he is being rude. But been is used in perfect tenses. For example, he has been rude lately. So remember, been needs a helping verb, gone means still there, and being is for continuous actions. Avoid these 3 mistakes, and your English will immediately sound more natural and confident. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. If this lesson helped you, like the video, subscribe, and keep improving your English every single day. See you in the next lesson.